On this episode, we'll talk about alcohol consumption. We'll also talk about managing social situations on restaurants with the sleeve, and we'll talk about a few curious questions. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Alvarez from Endobariatric.com and welcome to episode 101 of the AskDrA show. Thanks so much for submitting questions. Two ways to get your question on the show. Two ways, using the hashtag AskDrA or through my Snapchat account. By the way, if you're not following me on Snapchat, you gotta be there because we are now giving out daily medals to the biggest stomach, and well, you get the behind the scenes, you got direct access to me, and we have a lot of fun. I'll see you right there on Snapchat. Let's get into the show.
How soon can someone drink alcohol?
All right, when can you resume alcohol consumption after the sleeve? To be strict, no sooner than 21 days, but with my patients, from those 21 days, I take it a month after, so it would be almost 2 months, all right? So after 21 days, your sleeve is good. It is practically healed. You can consume it. Of course, I wouldn't recommend anything with carbonated beverages like a beer or something like sparkling. I would prefer something more still like wine, but after a month and 21 days, you are good to go.
How do you handle social occasions at a restaurant with the gastric sleeve?
Social situations at a restaurant. All right, it is totally different than with other procedures. It's not that bad. But remember that if you are just a few months out between, let's say, 0 and 6, you may be able to just eat and or just eat. Eat or drink. All right, so you can either eat or drink. So you got to keep this in mind. Normally, sleeve patients will leave their drink aside, eat a bit, focus on their protein, their produce, and leave this drink aside. Sometimes you have to take it home, all right, if it's a fast food restaurant. But if you are in a very fancy restaurant, you may have some still water served. You can focus on your food and maybe at the end do a sip or two of water. Any other social situation here, nothing major. It's not a big deal. It's going to be your old self. It's going to be the way you normally are. There's nothing particular. Versus any other procedure like with the lap band. That's totally different. Patients with a lap band throw up a lot. They're actually walking into a restaurant looking for the restroom because they'll probably be puking. So it does not happen with a sleeve, all right? With a sleeve, the only situation you got to think of is the first few months, either you're going to focus on your food, or if you're doing drinks, you'll probably be doing only drinks and set the food aside.
How many incisions do you make?
All right, curious questions. We got a couple of curious questions from the audience. How many incisions do I do with my surgeries? I do 5 tiny incisions. 3 of them are 5 millimeters, which is practically my smallest fingernail. 1 of them is 10, which is more or less my index fingernail, and 1 is 12, which is more or less the fingernail on my thumb. Those are the 5 that we do.
Can you share the highest weight of a patient you've performed a sleeve?
Maximum weight that I've done surgery on, 635 pounds. That would be my patient with the most weight. Smallest patient would be 11 years old. Oldest patient at the time of surgery, 74 years old. But yeah, those are kind of curious facts. All right, there you have it. That's it for today. That's it for episode 101 of the AskDrA show. big favor, big favor. If you're watching this and you know of a good Facebook group that people out there can benefit out of the content of the Ask Dr. A show, please share. If you are watching this and you know of some friend that can benefit out of this, please share, because the more questions we have out there come into the show, the more shows we can make. All right, so that is a big favor from me to you. I am Dr. Alvarez from Endobariatric.com, where we are changing lives one sleeve at a time. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye.